Hello, good morning. Today is September 23rd, 2021, and this is the SED meeting. So I'm presenting the agenda for today's meeting. The first item, Nate, do you want to talk about the request for comments?
Sure. Actually, before I do that, I'm not sure if they are going to make it yet or not, but the other piece that I wanted to add was that we have a documentation intern through the LFX mentorship program who is going to be helping us this term for the next couple of months on documentation updates and whatnot to continue the issue that Josh had opened up, issue 65, that had guided a lot of mine and Patrice's work. We've also brought on, her name is Somoshri Datta, and so if you see her work in any of the issues, or if you see her in the channel, say hello. She's here to help with the documentation updates and whatnot. So the other thing, oh, here she is. She's just been added. So the hello, Somoshri. You just missed your own introduction. I just wanted to let the.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So moving on. Patrice isn't able to make it to this meeting. He has asked me to ask for comment on a couple of the issues as well as a PR. He has reworked the configuration page, removed a bunch of duplication and whatnot, and has added some missing flags. But it's a fairly significant change, so we wanted to ask for community feedback before sort of approving and merging it in. The second issue is regarding the new information architecture implementation, and this is something that Josh Somoshri and I discussed earlier today. And Patrice has added a comment in here. There are some changes that we might suggest, and again, Patrice is asking for some community input on some of those suggestions and how we might want to move that forward. The last piece here is regarding the etcd UTL documentation. And there are some suggestions on how we might break apart this is again an information architecture sort of question, and there are questions about how we might want to organize some of the information around etcd UTL, and again, rather than us working sort of like in a vacuum, what I think we're going to do is probably put together a documentation that is a document that is editable by and commentable on by people in a way which is easier than just dealing with it in an issue as a way of sort of kickstarting that conversation. So I think that is all of the updates and requests for comment that I have. Do you have any questions in real time here?
Yeah, I think the adding like a Google Doc so people could add comments in there is perfect. Maybe add that in the issue when you have it ready. Yeah. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
So I don't know if we want to comment on these issues in the writing or discuss it here, but like big +1 from me for removing the user-facing documentation from README and keeping README for links to public documentation and for comments about the actual code rather than how to use it.
I appreciate that.
All right. So let's go to the next item, Wilson.
Okay, sorry, I'm muted. So, I didn't spend too much time recently on the many of the recent published pull requests in the community, but one of them is a little bit interesting. So this is a guy from Ant Group, and he posted a pull request. This is performance improvement for the transaction. So what his idea is basically like now in our code for the TX buffer, like when we are doing the transaction in the applier, and we actually need to create a TX read buffer. But what his review is actually something interesting. So instead of creating the TX read buffer, we actually just holding reference to to the existing read buffer. And instead, whenever there's a new changes to the read buffer, instead of holding a copy so that we can avoid future, read the future read the future write changes, we actually just holding revision, so that we will use a revision to avoid reading future write operations. Like this, with this change, so basically we don't have to make the TX read buffer copy anymore. So I think this will further improve the performance. For my I went through the change. It looks good to me, but I mean, we definitely need to clean up the change, the patch a little bit. But from my point of view, I think the general idea is okay. But we need more people, to take a look at this change and make more comments. I think, that's the thing that I want to discuss from my side. Thank you. So actually, I made some comment there, and so if people just didn't get contacted, probably they can take a look at my comments there, because the guy didn't spend too much time writing down his idea, and then after going through his changes, then I made some comment there. So if people want to get more context, I think they can take a look at my comments. Yeah, I just won't bring up it here. I think probably people need some time to take a look at the detail and to make some comments. So yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you have at Peter and Gilhole in there. Peter, go ahead. I was cutting you off.
So I haven't read the SEL previously, but the numbers, the charts looks good overall. The first flag that blinks, but just after your fast description, is that whether in case compaction happened, just holding revision is sufficient. Yes, that's some risk to verify, but
yeah, I agree. Yeah, so I think that probably we need to think about some corner cases, but like in the normal cases, I think this is fine. But for the corner cases such as compaction, when it's compaction in progress, then we definitely need to think think carefully. Okay, I think for this part, I will make some comment and ask him to give more investigation and see what he and see his comments.
Thank you, Wilson.
Thank you.
All right. So looks like that's all we have today. Is there anything else from the group? All right. If not, I will. Yeah, go ahead,
Well,
Peter. Sorry.
Yes, so we think like so with the 3.5 release, we faced, we think, two important issues or two significant sources of customer complaints. So one is back related to client, in which I think Marek now have more context, but one is back related to clients connected to sending the wrong authority in the request, and that it's a consequence of some change I made in the first half of the year by removing our custom client-side load balancing and replacing it with gRPC implementation that was expected to be more bulletproof and standard, but unfortunately, it seems that it's not. It's even admitted by the gRPC owners that that they require changes to be able to send proper authority. So we most likely will be rolling back this change. And this will require release 3.5.1. And the second change is related to that some customers observed post-migration to 3.5.0 resurrection of all the members. So they had some members, removed some members, migrated to 3.5, and then they see back the old members that they thought they deleted. It's a problem of not desynchronization between store v2 and store v3. In version 3.4, we were treating a store v2 store and as a source of authority for membership, and in 3.5 we started using backends, so v3 store for this, and it seems that the content was not fully in sync. So Marek contributed fix for this, at least fix that allows to, even if the members are coming, are appearing again, then they are deletable. So this seems like two important changes we need to release into 3.5.1.
All right, thank you for bringing it up. I think Kubernetes is now using 3.5.0, because when we release 0.1, we will need to change it there as well.
Yes, GKE 122 is using.
Mm-hmm.
So the more important part from Kubernetes perspective is to having the fixed client, because they can work with the old server implementation, but customers, users that use a client through proxy have some hiccups related to the authority.
All right, thank you, Peter. All right, anything else? If not, that's it for today's meeting then. I'll see you all next month.
Good to see you all again. Thank you.
Good to see you guys.
Good day.
Thanks, bye.